Hello, my good fans. It is I, the one, the only, Mr. Noli, and welcome to the first video in the road to Black Ops 3. Oh man, you guys have no idea how excited I am. It is gonna be pretty dang good of a game. At least that is what I'm hoping, and from what I can tell from the trailers, it looks pretty dang good. Treyarch has had an extra year in their development cycle to work on COD, and hopefully they've done some good things with that time. And yeah, so this is the first week in the road to Black Ops 3. In total there will be 16 weeks. Can you guys believe it? There are 16 weeks remaining until Black Ops 3. That's still quite a while, but then again, that's not too far away. I mean, it is pretty dang close. So as you can see, I am playing Nocturne Toten, and what I'm going to be doing in this series is just playing through every single map. We're going to go in progress, so after this will be Verrucht, and then Shinonuma, and then so on and so forth. And yeah, in this series I'm hoping that... I'm not hoping for anything really, I'm just hoping for a really good Black Ops 3, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about my hopes, my thoughts, and what we think will happen in this upcoming game. So without any further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so first things first, Treyarch, just 2 weeks ago, they released a trailer called Shadows of Evil, and it was to reveal what is apparently going to be the first zombies map, and it's going to be... It's gonna be interesting because first of all we have new characters, and I mean, we all wanted the original 4 in Black Ops 3, and we hated the characters we got in Black Ops 2. Everybody thought they weren't as good and or were pretty dang annoying, but these guys look pretty dang interesting. They do give me a big Mob of the Dead vibe, and they all apparently have their own misdeeds and sins. And by the way, I should have mentioned that if you guys have not seen the trailer yet, you should probably go do that. Go to Call of Duty's channel on YouTube. Otherwise, you're gonna have no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, all of these guys seem to have their own misdeeds and sins. And they've all done something in the past that they regret. And this has to play into factor here in the map somehow. I would really like to see how that plays out and how they're gonna do that. Now later on in the trailer, there was one shot where somebody reloaded their gun and then it shot out pack-a-punched ammo, so that is a very dang good sign that we're gonna get pack-a-punched back. And also in that exact same shot there was a mystery box location. You can see that there are a few boxes with a teddy bear on top of it, and I think that's a good sign from Treyarch because that means that they're gonna go back to the basics. They're just gonna keep it original, and even though we have not seen any perks in this trailer, I really think that they would leave them in just to keep the simplicity of zombies. And I mean, you don't want to mess too much with the formula. Yes, you do want to add some new stuff, but I mean, you want to keep the basics in there, and hopefully Treyarch does that. And if they don't, then maybe they just went an entirely different route. But I mean, there was that Doris trailer as well with the giants, so I really don't think that they would take away perks from zombies. Now later on in the trailer there was also a shot where the characters were using swords or katanas of some sort, and it just mauled the zombies. I mean, they just disintegrated into pools of blood. It seemed to be really overpowered. I mean, it looked like the Tomahawk. Like I said before, it really gives me a Mob of the Dead vibe, and yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do with the melee system. I mean, we did have staffs in Origins, and that was used for knifing, but it's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna use the swords in this one. And apparently they also fly around. Like, there was a shot where the sword flew from one zombie, cut it, then cut to the next one, slashed it in half, and then returned to the player. It's gonna be pretty dang interesting to see. Next up we got the shield. That was just a quick 2-second shot. The guy put the shield in front of him, and then like there were these thrusters or engines or something behind it that forced him to go forwards really, really fast and knock all the zombies in front of him. It reminds me of the cow catcher from Transit, where you could put it on the bus, and then if the bus ran over zombies, then they would just explode in front of it. That does give me the same feeling, so that's going to be very interesting. And also, because the shield's in it, that might mean that buildables are also going to return into Black Ops 3, which will be pretty dang interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Now this is where it gets interesting. Here we have the gumball machine. Alright, so a lot of speculation has been going around that it might be the new perk system, but like I said before, we had Pack-a-Punch, we had the box location. I think they're gonna keep the simplicity. I think this gumball machine is just going to be like a little power-up system that they're gonna have. Maybe you could buy it for 1,000 or something, and then as we saw in the trailer, the first guy that ate it, it was like a zombie blood. The zombies were ignoring him, running past him. They didn't attack him at all. And with the next one, a max ammo appeared. I don't think that's just gonna be max ammos. I think it should be just random power-ups. And then the third one, it appeared that the lady teleported, but also destroyed some zombies around her. So it gives me an electric cherry feeling. But she also disappears, so she might be in a different part of the map, and we'll have to see how that plays out. And from what I could tell, you can't keep the bubble gum from the machine or the candy or whatever. It seems like you have to eat it as soon as you purchase it, because all 3 times they were eaten right in front of the machine. So I don't know, it'd be interesting to see if you could take it and then just push up on your D-pad or something and then use it when you have to. But from what I can tell, you do have to eat it on purchase, but that's a very interesting feature. Now, I'm not sure if this is also a feature from the gumball machine, but there's also an octopus monster mode. I don't know, from what I could tell, the guy, he like went into, he had a more wide field of view, and then he had tentacles in front of him, and then he was just smacking zombies, disintegrating them. And I don't know how I feel about that. That's gonna be interesting. That could be like another Afterlife system, but we're gonna have to see where that goes. And also, while he was smacking the zombies, there was also a red doorway to his right, and I did not see that when he was in normal mode. So maybe if you are in this monster mode, you can access different parts of the map that we don't know about. We'll just have to see where that goes. And then the part of the trailer that really got me on the iffy side, that there was like a 3-headed monster with a glowing yellow aura around it and slime. I don't know. It's a lot of people were complaining that it's gonna be like extinction mode, but I really don't know. I mean, we've had really bizarre things in zombies. We've had witches in Buried that took your money. We've had hellhounds. We've had giant drunken, giants in Buried as well. And then also in also speaking of giants, we had those giant, giant is the word of the day. We had those giant robot machines that were walking across the map in Origins. We've had a lot of bizarre stuff in zombies, and monkeys for that matter, in Shangri-La and Ascension. That was so annoying, but I don't know, this 3-headed monster thing, it might not be as bad as people think it's gonna be. I mean, Treyarch have implemented some really interesting things in the past, and I can't see them screwing up with this. I don't know. Even if it is something really bizarre and out of this world, I really can't see them screwing up. I mean, Treyarch has disappointed us a little bit with Transit, and a lot of people hate that map, but I personally like it. It just takes a long time. But other than that, Treyarch has barely ever disappointed us. I mean, I have faith in them. I really think that they can pull off this 3-headed monster. We'll just have to see where it goes. And right after they showed that, there were these flying aliens, or I don't want to call them aliens, but I have no idea what else to call them. I'm just gonna call them aliens for now. They were just flying around the map, and then I don't know. They seem pretty easy to kill, but hopefully they're not like denizens where you have to knife them off your back. That was pretty dang annoying. I think Treyarch is gonna take their mistakes and make them into something that we'll actually enjoy playing. We'll just have to see where it leads and what they can do with it and where it's headed. And then towards the very, very end of the trailer, there was this table. It seemed like some devil worshipping table. There was like Satan stars and candles around it. It had red lighting in that room, and then this guy was levitating above what seemed to be a jewelry box, or I don't know, some kind of chest or case, and I don't know, it was really bizarre to see because he rose up above the desk, or above the ritual table, and then he just blew up into bloody million pieces, and I don't know, I have mixed feelings about this. It's I'm kind of glad that they're trying to bring an eerie, scary vibe, or the horror back into zombies, like they did with Varrox back in the beginning. We'll just have to see where it goes. But yeah, my overall analysis of this map, I think it's going to be much, much better than Transit already. Excuse me. Yeah, I think it's going to be much better than Transit. I can see this being a great map, but not one of the best ones we've had. Like, I mean, the first maps that we've gotten have never been the best, but you know what, they might surprise us with DLC later on. We'll just have to see where it goes, and from what I can tell, this is going to be like a Mob of the Dead sort of era with this map. And it's set in the 40s, and Mob of the Dead was set in 1928, and it looks pretty dang interesting. I like the new characters, I just like the overall feel. I like the 40s jazz, post-depression era. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting map to play, and there have been some leaks online saying that this map could be bigger than Transit. Now, that's going to be interesting to see. I mean, they could do it because with the new consoles, like, the hardware is much better. There's more RAM and more processing power in the consoles, so that they technically could do it and then not have fog like they did in Transit, but I think that's going to be pretty dang cool if they can pull it off. So we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed and hope that Treyarch doesn't leave us disappointed, which I really doubt that. I mean, from what I can tell, it's going to be a pretty good map, and I'm really excited to play it. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching this video, and that has been week 1 of the road to Black Ops 3. We have 15 more maps to play, 15 weeks to go. Oh, well, 16 right now, but 15 more videos to go through before the release of Black Ops 3. And that's going to be pretty interesting. And for those of you wondering, I might upload some multiplayer beta footage. We'll have to see. I really doubt that there will be zombies in that game, but well, from what I can tell, it's just multiplayer, but zombies might be in it, and I think I'll try to upload some footage, and if not, then whatever, we'll just wait till release, and that's all good and gravy. So thank you everybody for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys watching and commenting and getting involved in the conversation and all that. You can talk to me on Twitch if you have any questions, or leave a comment in the video comment section. And other than that, that is all for now. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.